get into it. Taurus Nation. See what's going on for the Taurus Nation for the next 7 days. Spirit card. Taurus, this is a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Taurus in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, dominant in your natal chart, 7th house placement, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Taurian, hey, Celine, then there might be some things in this reading that may resonate for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Please avoid making any sort of rash decision based on a general reading. If you like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be angelic-ascensions-tarot.com. Lastly, Taurus, we're always going to go over sensitive topics. If a reader that goes over sensitive topics or happens to be kind of straightforward and doesn't sugarcoat is something that you have an issue with, then take this opportunity to click off as well. I have a toddler. He happens to be in the background. If you have an issue with hearing kids in the background, also take this moment to click off this reading. Otherwise, let's get into it. Let's see what will be happening for the next 7 days for the Taurus Nation. Taurus, what the heck is going on? All right. Real feelings in disguise are the first cards out. Somebody could possibly be disguising how they feel for you, Taurus, or cross-watcher. Maybe you do have real feelings for someone, possibly a Gemini. Or, wow. Like I said, what's really going on, Taurus? Because something has you in a very awkward state of mind. It's your mind. It's your thinking this week. It's creating a big challenge for you. Oh, yeah, trust and believe. Somebody in your energy is, it seems like you're skeptical of them. So if there is a disguise, I think you would already know. What did this say? Some elements of this relationship are hidden. That's because they really are. So this week, it seems like you're seeking clarity. It seems like you have some cruelty in your situation. Somebody's playing a cruel joke on you, or this is your mind is playing a cruel joke on you, because it definitely feels like, Taurus or cross-watcher, you really genuinely want companionship. Yet it feels like there's somebody, it's either you or somebody else in the picture that has an issue with maybe believing that love will last. So this could be you attracting. This is interesting. This could be you attracting someone that's proving that that's true to you, that is the truth. But it's not. Do you get what I mean? Let me explain. It's your thinking, especially if we're talking about love. For some of you, like I said, it feels like you want companionship, but it's like the wheels in your head begin turning, and it's like, no, vulnerability is too hard. I'm gonna keep myself in this protective bubble because my thinking, my issues with self-sabotage, my issues with self-esteem and self-doubt sometimes take over. It feels like for some of you it's that, but for some others of you, it feels like it's your intuition that's picking up on a situation that shouldn't be there. Some of you, maybe you drive for a living. Maybe you feel like you chauffeur people around, possibly. Maybe you have family. It seems like you're trying to make some sort of progress in your life, and maybe you feel like you want more control over your circumstances. I feel that you also have some opposing forces that are against you, Taurus, in some circumstances, especially if you're trying to reconcile. Is that what you're trying to do? Because I kind of feel like that's what this is. Something's going on in your emotional life, obviously. And I think you might be heavily thinking about people that are depending on you. Because it feels like those people possibly come forth this week, or they're just constantly around you. Seems like you might have a hard time focusing on the present because it feels like you're constantly thinking 10 paces ahead about the future. Yeah, you do. You have a lot of responsibilities that are on your shoulder. So how I'm viewing this situation, Taurus, is there was a relationship, obviously, that was interrupted, or some of you, the relationship is interrupted. Yep. Why? A third party. Not all of you have a third party, but some of you might. And it seems like there's somebody on the outside of this situation that is jealous of the fact that maybe you went back to somebody because maybe somebody was blindsided. And maybe this, yeah, because you do have somebody on the outside that's looking at this whole situation. Some of you have heavy witchcraft involved. And for some of you, the heavy witchcraft has something to do with someone, like I said, someone on the outside that's kind of hung up on the situation. They don't know how to let go. Seems like there's somebody that doesn't know how to let someone move on. Someone is trying, like intending on moving on quietly, maybe not telling the other person that maybe they started talking to somebody again. Let me see if I can get the full picture because your intuition is picking up on something. Let's be clear about it. See this? How somebody is looking at the situation with a whole lot of envy. Someone on the outside of the situation is looking at the situation this way. Somebody could have a bird name. You got a lot of birds referenced in this reading. Somebody's name could possibly be Robin, Raven, Dove, Hawk, Hawkins, Robin, Jay, this sort of, yeah, a bird name. You get what I'm trying to say. Either this is happening or this already happened. And somebody has a lot of regret about this, but not this witchcraft thing. Let me explain that too. Okay. Now somebody is doing witchcraft for some of you. If it's not your story, disregard. But for some of you, somebody is doing witchcraft to try to manipulate the situation, trying to do mind control. Come on. Somebody's trying to break up a third party situation. Some of you are breaking up because of a third party, and others of you, that's exactly what somebody's trying to do. Oh, Taurus, here we go. Let's add a little bit deeper. What's going on with Taurus? Third party is revealed tonight. Or I guess for some of you it is tonight. This week is what I really meant to say. Others of you, like I said, you already know that there's a third party. You already are fully aware that somebody is living a double life. They're one way around you, and when your back is turned, it seems like they're creeping with somebody else. I feel that your intuition has been telling you that something is going on. And I think maybe right now you're deciding that maybe being independent of this person, letting them go is the best route to take because, as I mentioned to you, you're recognizing that something in this situation is disguised. Someone this week is acting very confusing. They're giving off mixed signals. They have a lot of anger, and I definitely feel that someone is acting very controlling because it feels that there's a lot of control in this reading. And so that's what I mean. Like, this is like domination spells. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you might recognize the candle. I don't know. I'm not going to really get into that, but somebody does not want to get hurt. So this is somebody trying to manipulate an entire situation so that they don't. For others of you, this is someone on the outside, like I mentioned, but maybe this is perhaps like a family member or a friend that may not like you and this person's relationship. But truthfully, it feels like someone is not truly committed in the first place. They're kind of giving off the camouflage that it is, the mirage. I guess you get what I mean. Camouflage. I guess maybe somebody might be in the military. Maybe somebody wears camo, even if they're not in the military. Because somebody's dating somebody behind your back. I haven't decided if this, I don't think it's like somebody is seriously dating someone, but I feel that something is going on. For some of you, it feels like someone feels like their soulmate might be on the outside of this situation. But for others of you, somebody is deceived. They think this is their soulmate, but it really isn't. It could be the one that you're with that is your soulmate. It just depends on what's really going on. If this is your soulmate, yes, twin flame for some of you. This is somebody regretting the things that they're doing. So this might be why somebody is coming back, because I do feel that for some of you, somebody is coming back, and that's exactly the case. For some of you, there's somebody that's coming back to rekindle the situation with you. Others of you, this is someone from the past that someone constantly goes back to. So for some of you Taurians or cross watchers, or this is something that you're witnessing and it has absolutely nothing to do with you directly, maybe someone around you. Somebody, there might be a friend that might be coming to you to ask you for advice about what they ought to do about this, because it does feel that there is communication that comes in. Because communication could clear up a lot of things. It seems like you're still skeptical of what this person has to say, Taurus or cross watcher. It just depends on where you are in this whole cycle of situations. Some of you are on the outside of a third party situation, and maybe you're waiting for someone to come back to you. Maybe some of you are not. But maybe this person feels this way towards you. Others of you, you're in the coupled part of the third party. And it feels that someone is leaving a situation, like I said, leaving it quietly, maybe even fighting with you to find an excuse to maybe go and deal with somebody else on the side. That's what this feels like to me. But it seems that someone is going to regret their decision. So this might be why somebody is coming back. Because it seems like before, maybe somebody wasn't thinking things through. Maybe they were not concerned about the consequences at the moment about how this situation would play out. Seems like you've been very clear, Taurus, about what you really want from this person. And maybe this person is acting like they absolutely can't really figure you out. Something has been putting you at your breaking point. And I think that even though this may have happened, somebody's worried that maybe they can make things right between the two of you. Maybe they feel that it's too late. Because trust has been broken. Somebody is completely aware that you do not trust anything that they have to say. So if this is you possibly thinking about going back to someone, Taurus or crosswatcher, especially if you met somebody at work or school under certain circumstances like this, or this is a neighbor, maybe an acquaintance. This could even be for some of you, somebody that you met online. It looks like some of you might be online dating. Point is, somebody's taking a break from a third party and deciding to go rekindle something. I think that somebody is not sure whether or not the other person really wants this. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, that would be you, male, female, or if you identify somewhere in between, this would be you. And I think this is the person that you're dealing with. Again, a lot of regret about the choices that they made. Somebody feels like they were meant to be with you, or vice versa. Somebody's definitely putting an end to a situation that they're not happy in. It's almost like somebody couldn't care less. They don't give a care about this person. So yeah, this is definitely somebody cutting something off, letting it go. It's the end. For some reason, this is a long distance relationship. Yeah, it's like somebody is questioning their compatibility. They feel like they're not compatible with someone. Some of you, it seems like you are starting fresh. I mentioned to you, some of you are online dating. You could definitely be making a connection with someone, Taurus or cross watcher. But again, okay, how this is coming across Taurus or cross watcher is that maybe somebody could be dating somebody on the rebound. It feels like somebody's thoughts are with someone else because it seems like somebody's having an issue with letting the past go. So if this is you, it feels like your spirit guides are saying, make sure that you're emotionally ready for this. Because like I said, your mind might get in the way. Like I said, especially if your mind is on a past person. And for some of you, it's not that you're stuck on your love for somebody from the past. It's what the memory of a relationship caused, the damage of it. There's a Capricorn that shows up to your reading. It seems like that's something that's just really with you. 3 of Cups is right behind that. Yeah, that's something that's just really with you for some of you. So maybe, like I said, you want companionship, but it's the fact that you've been hurt before. Or like I said, your mind gets in the way. Mm-hmm. And you tend to sabotage a situation before it can really get off the ground and be what you really want it to be. That's the case for somebody. I don't know whose story that is, but whoever this is, it seems like you have a very strong psychic connection to them, Taurus. Okay. Let's see what else might be going on in your life. Let's see what's going on in your head besides this situation. There's a lot of regret, it feels like, that you're having about the past. It seems like something could have shocked you. Like the way that a situation played out circumstantially, or circumstances right now may have kind of taken you by surprise. For some of you, this is a court situation. For some of you, the court situation could be that it could be a divorce. Some of you are not married on paper, so then we're talking about a separation, a physical separation. For others of you, I think there is a legal proceeding that might be going on. Okay? Some of you, it feels like it's jury duty. But for some of you, I feel like there is a court matter that might be on your mind. That, because every single card representing Taurus puts you in a negative state of mind. Now, I have people talking about, well, why is the reading so negative? It has nothing to do with me. I am basically the narrator of your story. So if this is going on, it's happening to you, or it's happening to someone connected to you. This is not me making the story negative. I hope that you understand that. I'm reading the cards. I have nothing to do with that. But let's see what's going on. Okay? You had a legal situation, as I mentioned. So maybe, like I said, certain circumstances may have happened. Maybe, Spirit is saying, Taurus, relax. Somebody has a flower name. Someone's name could be Heather, Violet, Rose, Lily. You get what I mean? A flower name. Spirit is saying, relax. 420. 420. Somebody, is that a representation of weed smoking? Maybe somebody does smoke weed. Maybe. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. It's just a little side note. Anyway, seems like if somebody does smoke weed, it makes them paranoid rather than relaxed. Anyway, Taurus, your spirit guides are saying, relax. Your situation is your mental space is very tense. And it could be because of some negativity that's going on. Seems like you might have somebody belittling you, talking down to you, unless this is you, because it looks like you got somebody little broing you. Maybe this is an older sibling. Maybe this is somebody that you work with. But truthfully, like I said, your state of mind or somebody around you, their state of mind is very negative. So this could definitely be your negative self-talk. But I really do feel like that's what's going on outside of you. Some of you. But I think some of you could be your own worst enemy. You could be really somebody that ridicules yourself. It seems like there's a few things that are going on. The legal situation could be that maybe some of you are running from the law. Maybe you have a court case that could be pending. Maybe there's something that maybe you do need to see the judge about, but maybe you're avoiding it. I think for some of you, somebody's avoiding getting caught when it comes to maybe some sort of crime that has been committed, Taurus. I don't know what this is about, but I definitely feel that somebody is ruthless. And so if this is you dealing with a court situation, this seems like it's pretty, it's intense. It's almost like I want to say it's taking over your life. It's taking over your thoughts. You might feel that your situation is hard to read for some of you, because it looks like this week you're looking for clarity, or there's certain consequences that you feel that you need to face, maybe for a particular decision, and maybe you're dreading that. It's actually a week focused on personal growth, Taurus or cross-watcher. It's also a week focused on your purpose, okay? Because it definitely feels like your money situation has the ability to build. Like you're able to build on your funds. It seems like there's a habit that may be a toxic habit that maybe you're breaking. I think it's your mind. This is your spirit guide saying, control your mind, Taurus. Don't let your mind control you. What's really going on inside of you? Like I said, this is a week of learning a lot about yourself. What your habits are, what you gravitate to when maybe the going gets rough in your situation. I think this is the week you're going to learn something very important, like I said, about yourself or about a situation. Some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. See, it feels like your spirit guides are saying something is about to bloom in your situation. It seems like it's the perspective of the way that you're looking at things right now. Things like it looks as if things are rough for you. And it seems that the road ahead is not, how do I put this? It feels like you're not able to see what's next because there are a lot of bends and turns in the road. So you're not sure what to anticipate or what the future holds but maybe it could be between you and someone else, or it could just be period. Because it seems like there's some things that are going on in your life right now, Taurus, that are temporary. For some of you, the temporary situation is your living situation. Maybe you're kind of between homes right now. Maybe that's what this legal situation is that I'm looking at. It looks like there's a lot of pressure on you as far as time is concerned. This is like time constraints. Maybe this is work. Maybe you're turning in work late. It feels like you're extremely concerned about time. Now, this is you being late for work, Taurus or cross-watcher. Maybe this is you concerned about job performance, because it definitely does feel like either you are watching the clock or somebody is watching you. Now, if you're working with somebody that you're attracted to, trust and believe, Taurus or cross-watcher is catching the attention of someone, possibly your boss, especially if this is you kind of like lollygagging with somebody or maybe stealing a moment with somebody, Taurus or cross-watchers. Somebody's taking notice of what's going on, or how much time maybe you're spending doing something else. I don't know. Because we're talking about self. Maybe this is you. Maybe you might feel that you're very distracted. It's hard to stay focused on the task at hand. You got a lot going on, especially like on the internet or online, because I talked to you about this before. Like you got a lot of emails coming through. You're receiving a lot of messages this week. It seems like you're very busy. So Spirit is saying basically time management is going to be very important, because without having that this week, that might be why the wheels in your head are turning. That might be something that you might end up regretting, is the fact that you might feel that you wasted a lot of time For others of you, you might feel that where you're wasting your time is in a relationship. You might feel that you spent a long time with someone. You might feel that you wasted your youth. Or maybe for some of you, you might feel that it is a particular habit to get into relationships or to attract individuals that end up hurting you. So like I said, you're breaking free of certain habits this week. If it's a time situation, if it's this or it's that, I see that. But back to this legal situation. Something has been prolonged. I feel like it has something to do with your home. So if this is you between homes, because as I mentioned to you, some of you Taurians, you are between homes, or you're connected to someone that is, maybe you're, I tried to say house shopping, you're apartment hunting, maybe you're looking for a new house. Maybe you own, I don't know, an Airbnb, maybe. It seems like it's something with property or real estate or this sort of thing, right? If this is you, maybe looking for you're selling a house, it seems like you might be getting a buyer for this particular property. This is you maybe looking to lease a new property or new to you. It seems like there's a yes, and I see a new contract coming in for you. Especially, let's say if this is you, you've been looking for a long time. It seems like maybe you get a final decision and the answer comes through this week. Taurus, there's a Sag that just entered your reading. If you are going through court for another particular reason, like I said, it definitely feels like you have some adversity, or someone is trying to make something particularly hard for you. Okay, because that's what you got an opponent in your situation. Like I said, that's trying to fight back. But it's not just a regular fight back tactic. This feels like somebody is trying to make sure that you lose or to discourage you in some sort of way. Maybe that's what brings you to tarot. Maybe some of you are tarot readers. Maybe this is some of you maybe this is what brings you this way, to kind of see what the future holds, to see what sort of foresight you could possibly be getting for your situation. Because as I mentioned to you, every single card connected to you, Taurus, looks like you're in a negative state of mind. And like I said, it feels like it's due to your circumstances. So this whole thing about a living situation, yeah, you might begin to see light at the end of the tunnel. And so I feel that this is the new contract. You could be getting the keys to a new place. You could possibly be handing the keys over to someone. Like I said, maybe you're looking for someone to rent your property, this sort of thing. Something works out for you. So this is what I mean. All this worry, I want to say it's for nothing. But at the same time, not really. You're human. If a situation looks a certain way, the brain reacts a certain way. You're conditioned that way. It's become a habit. But the only thing in this situation is this, like, spirit is basically saying you're creating a storm for yourself by the way that you're thinking. When your situation is really calling for you to have unwavering faith towards, it just seems like it's hard for you to keep the faith when you feel that the odds are being stacked against you. I mentioned to you earlier, you got a lot of heavy witchcraft that's going on here for some of you. For some of you, I mentioned that you are tarot readers. Maybe you do something online professionally, such as maybe tarot, maybe it's something else. But I mentioned to you, you've got a situation with envy and jealousy, where there's someone that's, let's see what this is about. Because I haven't quite put together the entire story when it comes to this, Taurus. I think some of you work in a very competitive work environment. Well, let me backtrack. Some of you, the mindset could be because maybe you feel like you're on your own. Maybe this is your child. Maybe they left the house. Maybe they moved in by themselves. And this is you maybe trying to figure things out on your own. Or this is a child of whomever this happens to be. I just wanted to put that out there because that's definitely part of the story. So what was I talking about? Yeah. Watch your state of mind, Taurus. I feel like things could get kind of heavy for you this week. Like I said, every single card I'm pulling connected to you is not. We won't dwell on that. But like I said, maybe you're not sure what's next for you professionally. Because maybe you're very intuitive. I don't think there's a maybe about it. I think that's definitely a real thing for you. I think that you're someone that is a channeler. I think that you're someone who hears clearly from your guides. I think you're meant to deliver messages from spirit or from the spirit realm. I think you're a healer. I think you're someone who is meant to bring peace. However, that mindset, that peaceful mindset feels like it's been interrupted. Like I said, habit. Let's see what this is about. It seems like you work in a very, like I said, a competitive workspace. I almost want to call this a zoo, Taurus. Maybe you work with animals, literally. But it just feels like it's every man out for himself. And I think somebody's trying to put their foot on your neck for some of you. Especially, like I said, if it's your boss. And this is you maybe coming in late. Maybe some of you are concerned because you got some bills and they're being paid late. So maybe you're going to have to go possibly get a loan to get something paid off. That's what I mean. This whole thing about a home loan. Are you getting, I'm hearing bailout. Maybe you are bailing somebody out of jail, or maybe this is a loan that comes through that bails you out of a financial pinch. Some money comes through just in time for you to be able to maybe get the keys to a new place. I think there's something going on with the car keys as well. Whoever might be receiving a package this week, Taurus. Maybe there's something, a package, a letter that you've been waiting for. But yeah, like I said, something's going on with work. Okay, let's talk about it. I think that there is. I don't know if you're fighting with somebody at work or you're witnessing a lot of people fighting. Maybe it's not at work. It could definitely be at home. Take it however it applies. Maybe you feel like you're having to referee people's fights. I mentioned to you earlier, maybe you work online. That's your thing. Okay. You might be mindful of your passwords. You might need to change your password this week, Taurus or Cross Watcher, but I definitely feel that for some of you, that's where the enemy is at your workplace. Something might be going on with your computer, your laptop, your PC. Maybe it needs to be repaired. Maybe it might not be a bad idea for you to save your work before you kind of close things out. Because it definitely feels like you're under a lot of deadlines. Or you're having to wait for something. You're having to wait for a financial situation. Maybe this is not a pay week for you. But we're going to look at your money in a minute. But since we're talking about work and time, this sort of thing, maybe you've been at this job for a while. I think that there's somebody that you cut off, Taurus or Cross Watcher. And I think somebody's still watching. Especially, like I said, if you do something online, if you post online and you do something professionally, you cut someone off. And maybe that's not your state of mind. Maybe that's somebody else's. Just obsessed with whatever you're doing, whatever you're posting. Seems like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, Taurus or Cross Watcher, and maybe you're not wanting to let it show. Whatever this is about this legal situation, there's more to it. Spirit wants to talk about. So what is this? Is somebody causing drama? I think it is. I don't think this is a new thing. I think there's somebody that's trying to cause some chaos for what it is that you're doing. There could be someone that's trying to maybe throw self-doubts your way. And if that's the case, you're already there. So it feels that this week, Taurus or Cross Watcher, someone could possibly be saying something to you. To, like I said, belittle you. Talk down to you in some sort of way, a troll. Or like I said, that's your boss or somebody else in your life, or Taurus. There might be some people that believe that it's you. Any sort of thing that you have a feeling about. your intuition is going to pick up on it. So whomever this is, it seems like you're going to see the truth for what it really is. What is really going on, Taurus? I feel like there's more to the story, but I don't know how much longer we're going to really spend on this whole topic. But it's somebody's story. What I'm really trying to say is that you have a hater. Somebody's looking at you with a lot of jealousy or envy, or this is the Taurus doing this. Especially if this is somebody that you broke up with, an ex. Somebody feels a lot of pain or rejection about the fact that you cut them off. Or if this is somebody that feels betrayed by you, they're pissed, especially if you're not giving them a lot of time or any attention. There's a fire sign that's sending you a lot of negativity and might be talking behind your back. None of this stuff matters, okay, to your situation. But Spirit is letting you know they're exposing the people around you, anyone that's in your environment, okay? Because somebody in your situation, I almost want to say that they're evil. I almost want to say it that way. But it feels like more so that they're crazed, they're obsessed, they're not in the right state of mind. It's that sort of thing. This could be somebody looking in on your situation, possibly even, maybe that's what, this might be a tarot reader. If somebody's going to get readings done on you to figure out what your issue is. So like I said, basically, Taurus or cross watcher, this is somebody's confirmation. This is why I'm even spending time on it. Because usually this is stuff that I just kind of gloss over. But anyway, there is somebody looking at you with a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy this week, as I mentioned. They're ruthless. They're looking at you. They're doing cruel acts against you in the background, possibly without you really knowing, but intuitively, like I said, you're able to pick it up. You kind of really feel that something is going on, or that this is the reason that there have been delays in your situation. Now, if this is not something that's going on spiritually, this could be going on directly in your environment. Now, because of your state of mind, maybe you're not someone at this time that might really be paying too much attention to your surrounding area. So you might feel someone sketchy around you, because it does feel like, Taurus or cross watcher, some of you, you're being watched. You're under surveillance, or you might feel that you're under a microscope, Taurus or cross watcher. Anyway, didn't I say I was going to move on? I want one thing to add to this. We're going to move on and talk about something else. It might come up again, though. There's someone that is doing root work on your situation. It seems like someone is, that's what this is. Someone is sending delays. They're sending, there's a lot here talking about time and clocks. Problems, they're sending problems your way, interruptions. That's what that online situation is about. Interruptions with your money, some cash flow issues. Maybe even this is somebody throwing some legal issues your way to create a distraction for you, to deter you from your purpose. Maybe that's what this is with court. I don't know. Maybe you do have a court date coming up. Maybe there's something going on, maybe towards the end to middle of the month. I'm trying to figure out what has you in such a low state of mind, Taurus. Okay, you're arguing with someone. Or you're arguing with yourself. But what is this person doing in the background? We already talked about that. Someone's trying to still your situation, slow you down, so that your mind is kind of fixated on problems. For some of you, let's take the witchcraft out of it, because not all of you have that situation. But it might be circumstantial for some of you. It may not have anything to do with witchcraft, but maybe for some of you, maybe your situation did slow down. And maybe you're not yet across a particular obstacle in your mind or in your life, so you're worried about something, especially money. It seems like it's a financial need that maybe you're looking to maybe get taken care of this week. And like I said, that's where the obstacle is. Some of you, if you do something online, you got a copycat. This is why somebody is watching everything that you post so that they can go back and replicate it and act like it was an original sort of thing, but it's not. So that's what this whole thing about this card that I held up saying that something in your situation is disguised. Somebody might feel that maybe they're fooling the public or fooling whomever they're trying to fool, but it feels that this situation has been seen. If this has something to do with money, a financial need, it feels, Taurus or cross-watcher, that you're able to gather together the funds that you need, like I said, to make something happen. Even if this is spirit allowing these funds to come through someone else's hands. Taurus, your spirit guides step in, but it would take for you calling on them to ask for their assistance, to help bring some radical change to your situation. And that's what I mean about you now seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Your situation could be turned around. This is why I was saying all these other little things, even though you got some challenges that are going on in the background, some of them are seen, some of them are blind spots for you. Call on your spirit guides. This is something that brings change in your situation, especially, like I said, if someone's trying to bring adversity towards your way. But this is somebody that just really does not want to see you succeed. But like I said, I want to remind you, for some of you, this is you, your own mindset that gets in the way at times. This is self-sabotage, that sort of thing. Since we're talking about habits and spirit bringing something to you to make you aware of what could be hindering you and holding you back, that's what it is. For others of you, maybe we're talking about work. Maybe it's an integrity thing. Maybe you feel, like I told you, you work in a very competitive environment. Somebody is like a very fierce competitor. They don't care whose neck they step on. It's an integrity thing. On a lighter note, I think that some of you are very gifted. I mentioned some of you, your gift is obviously a spiritual one. Others of you, it feels like your gift is maybe on the screen, like you're an actor. You're into theater. Maybe you make films. You have a very creative mind, some of you Taurians. Maybe you dance, you sing, you paint. Somebody is a heavy, heavy drinker in your situation. I feel that some of you Taurians, you're wanting to build a bridge, especially if there have been bridges that have been burned between you and someone. A random side note, Taurians, some of you could be spending a lot of time in the restroom this week. Maybe there's something going on in the bathroom. Maybe it has something to do with the plumbing. It's either the restroom or the parking lot. It seems like it's one extreme or the other. Like you're just really like somewhere for a very long time. I don't know. But I think that there's somebody that did pass. And maybe that person is on your mind, and maybe that's what's bringing you to such a low place mentally. Maybe this is fresh for some of you. Especially if somebody did pass, it feels like maybe this is somebody, maybe somebody didn't pass yet, but maybe some of you could be, I don't want to talk about this stuff, but maybe there is somebody that might be having a health issue, Taurus. You're thinking the worst about a situation, possibly. Anyway, with regard to your situation, keep moving. You guys are saying keep pushing, Taurus. That's what I meant. I don't know what is really going on, because it seems like somebody's having to talk you off a ledge, like having that type of conversation with you. Or you're having that type of conversation with yourself to try to keep yourself in a positive state of mind. Don't come with me about the reading being negative. I told you, I'm the narrator. I don't have anything to do with this. I'm reviewing your situation. But I already know there's going to be a troll. Always. Let's see what's going on with the Taurus. Yeah, there we go. That's what's going on with court. You are waiting for maybe a decision to come through. Or some of you, maybe this is the frustration. This is why you're in this state of mind. The whole thing about time, and maybe a lot of time has passed. You're waiting for someone else to make a decision. It feels like maybe you feel like you're at the mercy of someone else's decision making. Anyway, so we talked about this whole stuff that's going on in the background, all the shenanigans, all the antics. We talked about your spirit guides coming through. We talked about someone trying to hold you back. It feels like things will be increasing. You're going to see an increase in maybe demand, especially if this is you. Like I'm trying to say, if you work for yourself, potentially, because I mentioned some of you work online. Maybe this is your following. You're trying to grow a following. You're trying to extend your grasp, your reach with your message to maybe a lot of people. So there might be an increase you might be noticing in your following, or this is why there's someone that's jealous, because they're there to, okay. So you got this card that says seeing, as if somebody is seeing exactly the influence that you have. That's where the envy comes in. It seems like somebody has been fixated on you. They want your numbers to decrease, your finances to decrease. I'm trying to tell you, somebody obviously wants you in a negative state of mind, because it's a form of mind control. It's a form of magic. Only for some of you is this happening, okay? But that's what's behind this. If somebody feels like you stand out, you do something better than them, you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, like a petty, childish sort of perspective that somebody is taking on. Regardless of all of that, it feels like things are going to begin to build for you. It just feels like your light shines very brightly, Taurus, and somebody wants that brightness and that influence about you to be hidden. Or, like I mentioned, the reading can be reversed. It could be the Taurus. Didn't I mention that you're very creative? Somebody's hating on your creativity. But that's neither here nor there. It's playing out, but it doesn't have to affect you the way that it is, just as somebody on the outside looking in, Taurus. But like I said, maybe it's I'm not in your head walking around thinking the way that you are. You know what I mean? I'm not living your life. So maybe I need to back off and maybe, okay, you get what I'm saying. Dispersing. I was talking to you about some money coming to you. There might be some money that's being dispersed in your account, or for some of you, money was taken from you. And this money could possibly be being returned to you. If there was a loan that came through, it seems like somebody could possibly be paying you back, Taurus. Maybe it's taken someone a minute to pay you back, but it feels like somebody is going to. And it may be that maybe somebody's situation, they were confined. It was their financial situation was a little bit slow. And now it feels like maybe that now somebody's cash flow situation picks up. They're able to pay some things back. You might want to get in contact with someone, Taurus. Maybe there's somebody that you might feel that you need to follow up with, or as I mentioned to you, you're waiting for a decision to be made. Maybe you were eagerly waiting by the phone for some information to come through, messages to come through. And this is definitely the week that I feel that messages do come through. Either the messages come through your spirit guides and you see something. I promise you, somebody's seeing something that you're doing online. You're going to see something the way that you need to see it. Something brings you pure clarity this week. But maybe for a while, like I said, the path has been kind of windy. It's had a lot of twists and turns. Life has been throwing you a lot of curveballs. It's been hard to see maybe how to get out of a situation this week, or possibly by the end of these 7 days. It seems like now you're able to see what to do about your situation. It seems like your enthusiasm may return. You may start to feel like yourself again. I mentioned to you, you might start to feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. You start off the week in a very heavy, doubtful state of mind and end up towards the end of the week or the end of these 7 days, starting to feel like, okay, I can see what's ahead, right? Because we talked about that at the beginning of the week, this card that says not yet across. You haven't yet crossed the threshold of a particular situation, so you're worried about what may happen. And it seems like now you're able to see clearly about maybe how to maybe progress the situation along. Somebody got arrested or could be getting arrested for the possession of something, an illegal substance. Or somebody has something, Taurus or cross watcher, of yours that they're not supposed to have. Like they have an item of yours that they refuse to give back. Spirit guides step in to make something. Somebody has, because I'm hearing swiper, no swiping. Is that from Dora the Explorer? Maybe somebody's Dora. Maybe somebody's name is Dora. Maybe somebody lives near San Diego, or there's somebody named Diego. I don't know what the connection is, but I hear swiper, no swiping. Somebody took something from you and they have to give it back. This is your spirit guide stepping in to make that the case. Whether or not this has been something spiritual and someone has tried to take something from you. That's why you got justice. There's going to be consequences for somebody's actions towards the cross watcher. Maybe this is somebody doing time. Maybe somebody might around this time feel that they're running from the consequences, but it feels like consequences catch up to somebody. So this is you feeling like you've been wronged or you've been slighted, and this is why you're in this state of mind. Yeah. You got to take care of your body, Taurus. It feels like maybe you're not eating well, or you're eating a whole bunch of junk. I don't know. But that might be why you might not feel like you're in tip-top shape right now. Maybe that might be also contributing to why you might be feeling the way that you feel. Might not be a bad idea to maybe go outside, move around a bit. You might be cooking from home. Maybe that is a gift of yours. Since we're talking about being gifted, maybe you're gifted in the culinary arts. Oh, you do have someone coming back. Somebody, maybe this is the legal situation. It catches my eye. Maybe you have an intuitive hunch about maybe something that might be going on with your children or a child in particular. Maybe you're stepping in to protect a child. Maybe that's possibly what the legal situation is. Or maybe it's not legal. Maybe this is you as a parent. You see something that maybe your child doesn't see. So maybe this is you kind of looking out for them to maybe help them, maybe guide them in the right direction. Okay, but like I said, there's something going on online. I'm trying to tell you, for some of you, somebody's trying to sabotage someone. Even if it's not an online thing, this feels like this is out of jealousy. Spirit, anything else that maybe I did not go over for the Taurus nation for the next 7 days? Some of you mentioned to you, San Diego, right? Bodies of water. Maybe you live near the ocean. Spend some time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Something's going on with the battery. That's what that is, Taurus. This whole thing about the computer. And I was telling you, you might have to put your computer, like your laptop or some electronic device in the shop for the umpteenth time. For some of you, maybe it's the battery. It might be your car. Okay. Spirit, what is the advice for the Taurus nation to recharge your batteries? It feels like you're on empty, Taurus. It's whatever you got to eat, take care of yourself, get sleep. It doesn't feel like you're like either of those are going on right now. Stop worrying, Taurus. Everything is going to be fine. This exactly sums up what I was telling you about in the beginning of the reading. You're worried about your circumstances, overthinking about certain decisions, or just overthinking your life in general, worrying yourself. Maybe there's something going on with the air quality around you. Some of you could possibly live near an airport. Your guys are saying everything is going to work out fine, Taurus. One more, spirit guides. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you. Walk through them. We talked about that earlier in the reading. You win. Whether or not this is a spiritual battle, for some of you it's a court case. Professionally, important doors are opening up for you. Walk through them. There was something that was blocked for you at some point. And now it feels like these doors can now be open. Maybe it wasn't the right time. But now, like I said, Taurus, you win. So maybe that's not you in that negative state of mind. Maybe it's your enemy. Whomever has professed themselves to be your enemy, because trust and believe me when I say there is one for some of you. But anyway, this concludes your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. If you'd like to book a reading, the way to do so would be to head to my website, which happens to be angelic.ascensionstarot.com. Thank you, Taurus Nation, for deciding to tune in this week. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Zodiac sign, Virgo. If you would like to get a personal, also, I'm doing live readings after I do the zodiac sign of Virgo. So anyone that would like to get in, the line is open currently. See you directly in the next live for Virgo.